Morning po, Secretary. Felix Labar po from DCME. Ulitin ko lang po yung binanggit nyo po suspension do sa mga reblocking ngayon. Sir, kasama po ba yung mga politiko na nagpo-push dun sa mga reblocking ngayon, dun sa mga ano? May mga kasi,
kahit sino ang magpo-push, kahit sino ang magpo-push, policy ng DPWH yun.
Makasama ba sila? Makakasuhan ba sila? Marereklamo ba sila?
Unang-una, uulitin ko, no? Yung pagkaso, yung pagreklamo, ebidensya yan. So, iimbestigahan natin lahat ng mga reblocking. Ngayon, kung sino ang sangkot dyan, at mapatunayan natin na illegal yung ginawa nila, at may anomalya dyan, sabi nga ng Pangulo, pasensyahan tayo. Wala tayong sisinuhin, wala tayong sasantuhin dito. So, pero, ang importante, bawal muna to. Hindi po pwede. Hindi ako papayag na under our watch, itong ginagawang to na sa maraming pagkakataon, obvious naman kung bakit ginagawa to, pagpapatuloy. Hindi ko papayagan yan. At again, ulitin ko yung mga kababayan natin, kayong lahat sa media. Report kayo kagad pag may nakita kayo. Papatanggal ko kagad yung DE na yon dahil nag-violate siya ng direct violation yun ng utos. No? At ano yan? At hindi lang natin imbestigahan, pero ano yan, pasensyahan tayo dyan.
Meron po ba tayong pagre-reportan kung saan po ba i-report yung...
Padagan nyo nga sa social media ng DPWH para madali. Kamukha ng visor, pinadagan lang sa amin, tinag lang kami. Ganun lang kadali. Wala nang proseso yan. Report nyo lang, padagan kayo ng video, padagan kayo ng picture. Okay na yun, action na namin kagad yun.
Dagdag ko lang po, Secretary. Kung minsan po may mga kasabay ng reblocking, may mga gawa din sa mga Maynilad. So nagsasabay yon na nagko-course tuloy ng baha, tapos disgrasya sa mga kalsada ng mga motorista.
Okay, hindi covered syempre yung utilities dito. Diba? Okay. Pero makikipag-usap ako sa lahat ng water utilities. Maynilad, Manila Water, Prime Water, at iba pang mga water districts. Siguro i-review na, maganda yung point mo, i-review natin yung guidelines dito. Kasi tama kayo dyan. Minsan may nakikita tayo, may mga water companies na binabakbak, tapos iniiwan na nakabuka. No? Hindi pwede yun. So, bawal yun. So, aagamin ko, gagawa tayo ng stricter guidelines dyan. So, papareview ko na ngayon kay Yusek Rico yan.
Thank you, Secretary.
Salamat.
Good morning, Sec. Isa Cotoner from Bombo Radio, Philippines. Sec, ask ko lang yung reaction nyo regarding dun sa sinabi ni Senator Gatchalian kahapon na dapat daw buwagin ang DPWH kasi mukhang matatagalan daw talaga ang pag-imbestiga dito at kailangan nga magkaroon na lang nga daw ng bagong ahensya.
Unang-una, siguro nung first few days ko dito, I might have agreed with with Senator Win, no? And alam mo naman si Senator Win, out of the box mag-isip yan. Pero siguro unang-una kung bubuwag ka, ano nang mangyayari dun sa mga project na critical natin sa DPWH? Alam mo, critical ang role ng DPWH. Paano kung may masirang bridge? Ulit. O paano kapag may sakuna, may earthquake, ulit, may malakas na bagyo ulit, sino ang gagawa nun? So, hindi ganun kadali ang bumuwag, no? So, although na-appreciate ko yung out-of-the-box thinking talaga ni Sen Win, no? Pero, siguro ang hihingin ko na lang sa kanya at sa mga ibang mga legislators natin na hinihiling yon, siguro, bigyan nila tayo ng konting pagkakataon. Isang buwan pa lang naman tayo dito. At tingin ko, marami tayong magagawa na marireforma na hopefully hindi naman kakailanganin gawin yon. Pero uulitin ko, hindi porket magre-reforma tayo, ayusin natin ang departamento, hindi mananagot ang mga taga-DPWH na dapat managot. No, so, gagawin pa rin natin yun. Sabi ko nga, wala akong pakialam kahit maubos lahat ng DE tsaka RD dito. Kung lahat sila, may kasalanan, pasensyahan tayo. Pero, marami pa rin maayos na tao dito. Yun pa rin ang paniniwala ko. At kailangan lang natin talagang seryosohin ang pagpapanagot at kailangan nating seryosohin yung mga reformang talagang magse-safeguard at magpapabago dito sa ahensyang ito.
Ask ko lang din, since kahapon, hindi namin natanong sa ICI, yung recommendation sa inyo ng commission regarding the level of authorities, no? Ask lang namin, ano ba yung na-observe palagi ng DPWH? And then, bakit sa tingin nyo po, parang somehow, inirekomenda yon ng commission sa inyo, natapyasan nga ng kalahati yung standard talaga ng DPWH dito?
Actually, alam nyo, even bago pa dumating yung sulat, nabigay sa akin yung sulat kahapon, sinuggest na sa akin yan ni Secretary Babe Singson at ni Secretary Ping De Jesus nung unang meeting pa lang namin. Kaya simula nun, pinaaral na namin yan. No? At hintayin nyo na lang siguro, pero kami ay nag-agree dun sa idea ng pagbaba ng levels of authority. No, dahil isa din niyang paraan para mapigilan na natin yung ganitong malawakan at malakiyang pagnanakaw ng pera ng mga kababayan natin dito sa DPWH. Nung time kasi ni Secretary Babe Singson, ang level of authority ay 50 million per district at 150 million per RD. At lahat, anything above that, aakyat na yun. Aakyat ng RD at aakyat ng central office. No? So, and that was until 2015. Nung 2016, I think, o 2017, tinaas yan ni Secretary Villar at I think itinaas ulit ni Secretary Bonoan. No? So, pinag-aaralan namin mabuti yan at sa mga susunod na araw lang ang bibilangin siguro natin maximum na yung isang linggo, maglalabas tayo ng order na on that. But we very much welcome the suggestions of the ICI at syempre, no, ang suggestions ng ICI ay base na rin sa kanilang napakarami na nilang mga in-interview at kinausap at kasama din ang responsibility, kasama din ang sa mandate ng ICI magrekomenda ng mga reforma sa DPWH. So, very welcome sa atin yan. Hintayin na lang natin yung final DO na maglalabas tayo very soon.
Sir?
Thank you, Sec.
May I ask, sir? Hello po. Gwen from the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, sir. Sir, on the topic of DPWH reforms, sir, alam naman natin sa mga congressional hearings, the terms allocable and leadership funds have been revealed as DPWH funds automatically earmarked for lawmakers. And no less than Senator Ping Lacson said that it is a means for lawmakers to insert or to put insertions as early as the NEP level. Will the DPWH go as far as stripping those funds from the budget?
Okay. First of all, no, when I first heard allocable, non-allocable, and all these formula about how DPWH plans and budgets its projects, to be quite frank, I did not understand a single thing about it. And I have a bachelor's and a master's degree in economics. And in finance. I did not understand anything that former Undersecretary Cabral told me when she explained this formula, whatever it is. So, now that we have, by the way, let me take this opportunity to announce that yesterday, I administered the oath of now Undersecretary Nick Conti as the new Undersecretary for Policy and Planning, replacing Undersecretary Kathy Cabral. So, in fact, thank you for that question. That's the first thing I told Undersecretary Nick Conti. You need to study, revisit, and completely change this formula that unfortunately even I don't understand. And I understand the concerns, but please allow the new Undersecretary of Planning to go over this, to study this very well, and this will definitely be part of the reforms that we will be doing moving forward.
Sir, so is it safe to say that the 2026 budget is not yet stripped from those since you're still going to study it?
My problem with the 2026 budget is that that is already in the hands of Congress. Okay. No, it is no longer in our hands. And to be quite frank, I had zero part in that budget at all. I came in, it was already submitted. I was given a week to review it and to to go to submit a new budget to take out flood control, and the only thing I really was able to do there was take out all the flood control, make sure that there are no completed or duplicate projects, and make sure that the projects there are all, they all have plans, programs of work. They're all certified by either the local development councils, the RDCs, and all of that. No, but really, I mean, the 1 week that we were given to fix that, it's impossible. No, and we will now have to leave it to the wisdom of both the House and the Senate to sift through that budget. But whatever budget that is passed, we are mandated by law to implement, and what budget will be eventually signed, if signed at all, by the President. Because as you know, the President said, if he's not happy with the budget that the Congress submits to him, he will not sign it.
Sir,
and he would be even willing to live with a reenacted budget, the SONA. But for 2027, for moving forward, we're definitely going to review all these processes, all these formula, because this cannot continue.
Sir, last on this topic, were you able to trace already kung kaninong administration nagkaroon ng allocable and leadership funds? Has this always been a part of the DPWH budget, or
no? I have not been able to trace when this thing started. So I've also asked Undersecretary Conti, who started yesterday officially, to really look into that. It's believe me, I'm as confused as probably you all are, because I really maybe Undersecretary Cabral is smarter than me, no? Because I really could not understand all of this.
Sir, super last. Yung transparency portal, will that include the on-program appropriations?
It will include all projects being implemented by DPWH from 2016 to 2025.
Including those funded by the UA? Because
everything. All
right.
It will include everything.
Okay, thank you.
Every project that has been funded, bidded out, implemented, completed, ongoing, will be in the transparency portal. Thank you. That's a very important question.
Hi, Sir. Mads po from Net25. Sir, yesterday, may ilang mayor from Cagayan yung nagpunta sa DPWH requesting na sana maimbestigahan daw yung ilang projects sa Cagayan na 2022 pa nasimulan, pero until now, hindi pa tapos. Billions of pesos na raw yung nagastos.
Opo,
Yes, sir.
I'm familiar, no? Ang nakipag-meeting kasama sa meeting si Undersecretary Bernabe at si Undersecretary okay. Kasama si Yusek Bernabe kasi I think that time I was in ICI. We got all the documents from them and we will act on them. No, we will act on these complaints by the ilang mayors bang dumating? 4 mayors from Cagayan. Ang pumunta dito kasama si Mayor Ting. No, okay. So, action natin kagad dyan. At hindi pa pwede yung ganun. Na-delay ng mga proyekto. Thank you.
Hi, Sec.
Yes, Andy.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sir, dun lang po dun sa
Ladies first.
meeting niyo rin po with the new ombudsman and Solgen. May napag-usapan ba kayo, Sec, na, I guess, timeline for the resolution of the criminal cases?
Meron, pero I would like to defer to our new ombudsman to talk about that. No, I kasi nandoon na eh. No, so I will defer to Justice Remulla to be the one to give the details on that.
And dun sa threshold din po ng levels of authority, pero do you think, sir, we'd follow yung recommendation na amount ng ICI, or is that what we're studying?
Let's wait for the DO.
And may suggestion din po si Congressman Leviste po na all projects,
The cost.
yeah, yung costing po ng projects, lower daw by 25% all projects.
First of all, I want to thank Congressman Reviste. He is absolutely correct. In fact, again, this was one of the topics that Sec Babe, Sec Ping De Jesus and I discussed. And this is already being reviewed, being studied. You have to understand, no, when we came in here, I did not know that the prices para, the cost of materials across the country, iba-iba pa yan. It is actually not just per region, it goes down sometimes per district or per province. No, iba-iba. No, like, for example, Palawan. No, the cost of cement in northern Palawan versus southern Palawan are different. Nung una, napakamot ako ng uli. Ganun ba yun? Diba? But apparently, ganun ang sistema dito. So right now, our Undersecretary for Technical Services, Undersecretary Aray Perez, is working on that, and we absolutely welcome the suggestions of Congressman Reviste. We are already working on this, and again, this will be coming very soon. Hindi ko lang masasabi yung kung gaano kataas, gaano kababa, kasi iba-iba yan per geographical area. So, pag naglabas kami ng DO, ganun kadetalyado yan, at doon makikita kung gaano kalaki ang binaba dito sa ganitong lugar, gaano kalaki ang binaba sa ganitong lugar. No, so pero maglalabas tayo diyan definitely, no, in the coming weeks, no. Hopefully very soon.
Sir. Last question na lang, sir. Sir, yung dun sa mga reblocking of roads, paano po yung mga may connect din dun sa, dahil may nilad, water utility din na ginagawa? Or
kasama yan dun sa mga nung pinag-uusapan na maintenance, no? Kasi, kunyari, kailangan ayusin yung drainage o kailangan ayusin yung water line, yung mga tubo sa ilalim. Hindi kasama yon. Yun yung kasama dun sa mga exemptions as regular maintenance. Pero yung reblock, ang problema kasi dito sa DPWH, merong project na reblocking eh. Yun ang pinahinto ko. Suspended yun.
Sec Lawrence Tanhok, Radyo Pilipinas. Sir, regarding sa FMR, meron pa ba tayong mga DPWH employees na mapapangalanan na kung bakit nag-overprice tong mga to? Iniimbestigahan
natin yan ngayon. No, nakuha na natin ang datos, hindi lang base dun sa hearing ni Senator Win Gatchalian. Again, nagpapasalamat tayo kay Senator Win sa kanyang talagang mabusising research. No? Napaka-importante niyan sa paghahanap ng mga malakihang pagnanakaw sa DPWH at the same time sa pagpapanagot sa mga involved dyan. Pero nakakuha din tayo ng maraming datos na galing kay Secretary Kiko Laurel. At hindi ko muna masasagot yan dahil next week magkikita kami ni Secretary Kiko Laurel para hihimayin namin yung mga suspected anomalous FMR projects, whether overpriced or under-spec or kung merong mang ghost dyan, pag-uusapan namin yan sa susunod na linggo. Meron na kaming nakasked na meeting, ayokong pangunahan yon.
Sir, how about yung other projects ng DPWH like yung mga multipurpose hall, yung other aspects pa ng mga pinapagawa?
Kayo naman nun. Libo-libo na nga yung flood control. Isang buwan pa lang ako dito. Papatayin nyo na ako eh. Darating tayo lahat dyan. So ano lang, konting pasensya lang. Pero every week, magre-report kami sa inyo kung ano na ang nagawa natin, kung anong ginagawa natin, at kung ano pa ang gagawin natin sa mga susunod na linggo. Sir. Mahina kalaban, ika nga, dahan-dahan tayo, mahina kalaban.
Sir, Pat Santos, Sir, Daily Tribune. Sir, balik tayo sa Bulacan, ano?
Our favorite newspaper, by the way. Happy birthday po kay
Boss Willie.
Kay Boss Willie Fernandez. Happy birthday. Ninong Willie, ninong sa kasal si Mr. Fernandez ng Tribune. Kaya happy birthday.
Anyway, sir, ganito po. Bulacan, mga flooded areas po doon, darating ang November 1. Napakasagrado yung November 1, yung cemetery, sir. May tulong bang magagawa yung DPWH? Kompleto naman okay ng equipment eh. Para magamit lang umaanuan yung mga areas talaga na hindi mapuntahan.
Salamat po. Actually, meron kaming gagawin ngayon, no? Ginagawa na malaki ang plano. Hindi ko lang may announce pa sa inyo ngayon, no? Kasi ito'y dinidevelop pa natin. No? Pero malapit na ito, siguro sa mga susunod na araw, i-announce na namin ito. Ito ay ang isang major mobilization for flood mitigation sa Greater Metro Manila area, kasama ang Bulacan dyan, kasama ang parts of Rizal, kasama din ang parts of Cavite, and of course, Metro Manila. No? Pero hintayin nyo lang, hindi lang ako handang magbigay ng detalye pa ngayon, pero siguro by next week, i-announce na namin ito. At mag-launch na natin ito. Definitely before November 1.
Hi, sir. Sorry. Sir, regarding lang sa reblocking, sir, meron kaya tayong figures or rough estimate lang gaano kadami po yung projects na napatigil?
Wala pa. Aagamin ko ngayon yan. Ilang projects yung ipapatigil na natin o napatigil na natin. Aagamin ko, we'll get that data. Tingnan natin kung ilan yung ongoing at aagamin natin.
Thank you, sir.
Sige. Thank you.
Sir, regarding din po dun sa suspension ng reblocking, is this an admission po na meron talagang corruption na nangyayari?
Ano tingin mo? Well, unang-una, para mag-establish ng corruption, kailangan may investigasyon. Di ba? Kailangan may investigasyon. Di ba? So, iimbestigahan din natin yan. Pero, kayo naman, alam nyo na yung sagot sa sarili nyo ng tanong dyan. Di ba? Okay, let me just put it this way. There is a high likelihood na may anomalya sa mga ganyang proyekto. High likelihood. Pero, we need to establish that first. That's what I'll say to that.
Sir, ano naisip niyong safeguards to prevent those things?
Pag naglabas tayo ng final na department order on reblocking, nandun na rin yung safeguards doon. Ngayon, ang inisyu ko pa lang, tigil muna. Tigil muna. Diba? Hindi ako maghihintay na magtuloy-tuloy pa yung mga yan. Sayang ang pera ng mga kababayan natin, perwisyo yan sa mga kababayan natin, at hindi ko papayagan yan na magtuloy-tuloy.
Sir, yung dun sa pinakita niyo yung pictures sa may Bocaue, Bulacan, anong paliwanag ng district engineer bakit daw binakbak?
Magpapashowcase na kami sa kanya para ipaliwanag niya. Hintayin natin yung paliwanag niya. Sabi niya, reblocking project, yun ang sabi niya. Yun lang.
Wala sa sinabi kung may sira yung kalsada.
Project daw reblocking. O sige. Ay, hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam. Saan ba ang Bocaue? First district na yan?
Yeah.
Ha? Oh, well.
Sir Habal, isa pang question. Sabi niyo itinaas yung level of threshold nung panahon ni Secretary Villar and Secretary Bonoan. Would you know kung bakit nila ginawa yun?
Hindi. I guess siguro, ayoko magpaliwanag para sa kanila. Tanungin nyo na nga siguro sila.
Sir?
Tanungin nyo na nga siguro sila.
Last two
Pero
questions.
tinaas. Kung bakit tinaas, ano na lang. Siguro better na sila na sumagot nun, wag ako.
Sir, good morning. Bernard Ferrer, PTV4. Sir, balikan ko lang yung sa may Pigatan Bridge. Sino po yung gagawa nun, yung contractor ng detour bridge na yun?
Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam. Pero ang sinabi ko, emergency na yon. Pero I think they're doing it by administration. Meaning, DPWH mismo ang gagawa. So, in times of emergency, DPWH can, under the law, under the Procurement Act, undertake the project on its own. Kasi may equipment naman yan, may tao naman yan. So, I think they're doing it by administration. Similar yan sa mga pag-emergency, sa pagpapagawa ng classroom. Ganun. So, I think they're doing it. But I will confirm. But of course, in terms of emergency, pwede din silang mag-negotiate with contractors. That is also allowed. No?
And then, sir, update na lang siguro yung paggawa rin ng detour bridge para sa apat pang critical bridge sa Cagayan.
Pinapasimulan na rin natin yan. Pero ang priority muna ito. Ito muna. No? Pero nagpapadala na kami ng materials, yung steel materials, no? Yung pagpapagawa ng steel na tulay na temporary detour. Nagpapadala na rin kami sa Cagayan kasi alam ko ang available stock lang nila ngayon na pinadala doon para isa o dalawa lang. So, nagpapadagdag tayo para simulan na rin yung apat pang critical bridges sa Cagayan. Para hindi natin alam baka may mangyari ulit na ganito.
Sir Patrick Cruz from Rappler. Sir, I'm also from Bulacan here, sir. So, I'm also from Bulacan, and regarding the reblocking, merong ongoing project some areas. How would you classify yung alin yung stop? Kasi merong mga areas na, let's say, na-dig na and buhusan na lang ng cement.
Well, they have to fix the roads. Kamukha nung, can you show the Bukawi again? They have to stop and fix it. That is my order. Yung nabiyak, syempre, wala na magagawa. Biniyak na nila eh. Di ba? Pero, gawin nila yung ginawa dyan, na inayos agad. Yan, ayos na yan. I think ginawa nila yan in 2 days? 2 days ginawa nila yan. So, walang iniwang nakatiwang? Hindi pwede. Hindi pwede yun. Bawal yun. Pag may iniwang nakatiwangwang, sumbong nyo kagad. Sisisanti na rin natin yun kung sino mang gumawa, project engineer yun. Hindi ako alam mo, baka kagagang nila nagbibiro ko kasi nakangiti ako, hindi ako nagbibiro. Talagang masisisanti sila talaga. Pagka hindi sila sumunod dito at nagtugi-tugi sila kahit na pinasuspend ko na, o kaya hindi nila, iniwan nilang nakatiwangwang dyan, tapos maaksidente yung mga kababayan natin. Pasensyahan tayo dito. Talagang masisisanti sila dyan. Makakasuwan pa sila. So, please, hindi ibig sabihin nakangiti ako dito, nagpapatawa ako dito na hindi ako seryoso. Kung gusto pa nilang may trabaho sila, ayos, siguraduhin nilang sumunod sila dito. Seryoso ako dito.
Sec, clarify ko lang po doon sa reblocking. National road, kasama po ba yung mga secondary road, tertiary road?
Lahat. Basta reblocking. Lahat.
Sir, last na.
Go ahead.
Regarding dun sa recommendation ng ICI, I think you seem to welcome that proposal. Pero that would also put the burden sa central office, yung mga projects, since yung cap would be limited dun sa mga district. So yung responsibility would be in the central. How would you address yung...
That's why it's not that easy, no?
Yeah.
Because we have to... Kasi, ang mangyayari dyan, alam nyo naman, no? And ito talaga, frustration ko to, no? Very decentralized kasi yung DPWH, di ba? So, parang yung mga DE tsaka RD, yung mga DEO tsaka RDO, parang yung mini na DPWH, di ba? May sarili silang bidding, may sarili silang implementation, may sarili silang back, etc. Di ba? Pagka binaba yung threshold, siyempre, yung mga project na malalaki, aakyat-akyat yan, di ba? So, ang tanong dyan, kakayanin ba? Gagawin na ng central office. So, yan ang kailangan pag-aralan. No? Pero, kampante ako na pwede namang gawin. Pero, hindi pa lang ako makapagbigay ng detalye sa inyo ngayon kasi nga, dinadraft pa yung department order. So, makikita natin lahat yan sa bagong department order na kasama na rin yan sa reform package na gagawin natin in the next few weeks.
That's all for today. Thank you so much.
That's it? Talaga?
Sec, may
Walang magtatanong sa akin.
Sec, pahabol.
Walang magtatanong sa akin tungkol dun sa sinabit ko sa ICI kahapon.
Sec, wait.
Wow, wala ba? Yun ang in-expect kong unang tanong nyo.
Pahabol, Sec.
Wala?
Sec, may
you have to go na because you have to cover the OTR.
Sec, may phone-in question lang. Habol lang.
Oh.
May phone-in question
Phone-in
lang.
question.
Okay, wait lang. Yung sa GIP project daw ay sa GIP project, meron na daw po ba kayong investigation regarding dito?
Ano yun? Sorry.
CPAG project pala. CPAG
under the budget.
Tapos, meron na po ba kayong nakikitang anomalies dito? For instance, overpriced rules?
Again, guys, mahina kalaban. Wala pa. But I think the CPAG is one of the convergence items that was flagged by UP and CPAG, if I'm not mistaken. Ito ba yung mga shadow flood control? Yan ba yan? Yung 115 billion, I think kasama yan doon. Tama ba? Wala pa. No, wala pa. Pero yun, we will get there. But mahina kalaban. Nakita nyo ba kung gaano karami yung mga project na sinamit natin kahapon. No? So, but anyway, just to address that report. That report was submitted to ICI, consolidated by Yusek Ato Bisnar, Yusek Rafi Torgano, in coordination with the reports of the PNP, the AFP, and the DepDev. No? So pinagsama-sama yon at yun yung initial, ulitin ko, initial report. Sinabit yon para meron ng datos ang ICI. Ngayon, ang request ko lang, hindi ako makakasagot na ng detalye. Kaya hinihintay ako actually magtanong kasi meron na akong sagot doon. Ang sagot ko, hindi ako makakapagbigay ng detalye anymore doon sa nasabi namin ni Attorney Brian kahapon. Dahil sinabmit na namin yon sa ICI at pabayaan, let's give it to ICI to make the necessary announcements to the media. And I was informed that they will be announcing the information very soon in the next few days. No? So I will leave that na to ICI. So hintayin nyo na lang yan. Yung mga detalye, etc., kung saan, etc. No?
Sir, follow-up lang doon. Given
okay,
na,
tapos na. That's it.
Sir, kung mga PNP, AFP, yung mga nag-inspect po ng projects, like, meron ba tayong binigay na guidelines for them? Like, how do they know yung, ano ba yung substandard, ano yung mga...
Hindi. Meron silang guidelines na nakuha with our undersecretary, si Undersecretary Bisnar, and at the same time, during the time that Mayor Magagong was still special advisor. So, yun yung essentially nagsimula nun. No, kasi imposible eh. These are thousands and thousands of projects. So we really need the help of, especially of the PNP and AFP. And I will leave that to General Asurin to discuss and Attorney Brian to discuss with the media at the appropriate time. Okay? O pumunta na daw kayo sa DOTR press con. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.